Okay, so this is the community meeting for the External Secrets Operator project. Today is 1st of September. And of course, we have a code of conduct for contributions on the repository and communications there, but also for this meeting. So it basically says, don't be a jerk. Let me see. I think we forgot to upload the last meeting, but we basically, I think it was just me, Kian, and Elsa. But yeah, I think I need from you, Moritz, so we can pass all the again. Okay, where is it? Here. Okay, so the first one that I like a migration script or something to make the migration easier from Kubernetes external secret to external secrets operator. Doing some investigation there. I deployed Cas in a cluster. Like I'm trying to create a script that does the blue-green in a way, migration of that. So we can bring everything up like ESO compatible, check stuff, and then we can safely delete everything that was Cas related. But yeah, I'm far from a solution. And I was get some help from someone with Cas experience. Maybe you, or maybe I think Spiros, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He was also offering to help. But yeah, I'm still early on that issue. Do you have any concerns or any comments on that, like things that I should look into?
Yeah, I can definitely help with that if you have anything. Yeah, I think like simple migration script should be rather easy to implement. The key problem though is the abstraction of a
Yeah.
secret store. And I think like this is really hard, and this is something that we cannot fully automate because there needs to be some human that makes a decision like how these secrets are mapped to a secret store. Maybe we can just keep that out of scope. Then it should be like rather easy to migrate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe the person, yeah, it's better to leave it out of scope. Yeah, I think it's easier, and I think we can deliver something early for people to start migrating. I think we are getting some already migrating to external secrets operator. That's why we are getting more traction in the project. Cool. Yeah. The other point is about the donations. So the money that we have on Open Collective and how to spend it. Yeah. So I sent Moritz some messages about this. Like, I think if we start paying premium stuff and include everyone that is on the organization as a person seating on the premium seat, that wouldn't work. But maybe we can have like maybe just one or two, just to have an organization with some stuff that could be useful. Maybe paying GitHub Premium and just having one seat. I don't know how it works. I have to check with Container Solutions. If the organization itself, it's like a user and takes a seat, and then I don't know how it works. But yeah, we can think and maybe just spend at the least amount of money that we can. What do you think? And what do you think are good services for us to pay?
Yeah, good question. So I think like one really good thing to have would be to have more minutes in the GitHub Actions,
Yeah.
to have less throttling and faster CI pipelines. I think that would be something that would really improve our workflow and our work. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's really worth it only for the sake of the for faster CI/CD pipelines. Yeah, and also one concern that I have is that we somehow need to minimize the number of people in the organization, and I think that would be suboptimal. If we then basically need to kick people out to make sure we don't pay like too much for that.
I don't think we have to do that, because I heard someone talking about this on CS. Like, we have a lot of people in the organization, but just some of them are sitting on the premium seats.
Okay,
But
sure.
I need to check.
Yeah, if it works like that, then that would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to put my name here and investigate that.
Is there maybe some sort of test or trial period where we can test that? That would be great.
That'd be nice. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Now, if we can have a trial, we can test, and yeah. Or if you can find information on the docs, it's also fine. And what about G Suite? Like, to have maybe, like, we have an email that is forwarding to Google Groups that then is forwarding to our personal emails right now for security concerns, reports, and this kind of stuff. If we pay G Suite and just use one premium seat, also we could have like a inbox for that. But not sure if it's worse, because then we have to figure out access to that, right? And then I'm not sure, but would be nice also, because then we can have an account that we can use to schedule these meetings and record without depending on CS and this kind of stuff. We can also stop using Meets and start using Zoom. I don't know if it's can you record on Zoom, like on the free account? I don't remember.
I'm not sure either. Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think we. Well, I personally like to be very conservative with those recurring payments or recurring expenses, and yeah, being dependent on some sort of company paid infrastructure is suboptimal, but I think that's fine. At least in the case for these video sessions and recording them. I think like if we, for some reason, we don't have like access to CS infrastructure anymore, we can probably also even switch to some other provider that is free. I think there are a lot of free providers.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're that good, especially if you're distributed over several continents or countries. I think that kind of gets hairy. But yeah, we can test it out and figure it out if we need to.
Yeah. I think, yeah, now that you said, maybe we could test Jitsi. It's also open source and would be cool. Yeah, we can try that. And yeah. Yeah, just for meetings, it seems like you say, it's just for meetings and it's recurrent. And with just $100 on your wallet, this could run out pretty fast. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, then I think only GitHub Premium seems something interesting, right? If we don't have to use a lot of seats, and then we can see the trial or the documentation to see how it works. Okay, nice. Anything else?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's test it out with GitHub Premium. If it, just with a bunch of seats, that would be fine. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Then the other point is CSI project integration. Yeah, this one I talked with Kelly, and since he attended one of the CSI meetings, I wasn't able to attend, and I think he had some ideas about how to integrate with the secret provider. I think it's the name of the kind of analog secret store on their side. And one of the ideas was to make our secret ref, our store ref, point to that and figure out a way to integrate. And I asked him, he thinks he can have a look when he has time, but I'm not sure. So far, I raised an issue and assigned him, but I think this would be cool because I got a lot of questions about the difference between the projects and if we plan to have an integration, if we have a plan for that. So yeah, I think this would be cool. I'll check with Kelling again. I'll check if he can join the next community meeting also. It'd be nice to discuss and see what are his ideas on this. Besides that, do you have anything to add?
No, not really. As far as I know, the CSI project just quote unquote just uses gRPC to communicate with a provider, as far as I know, and we can probably just plug into this gRPC API and leverage that to talk to a provider. And yeah, but that would be like the straightforward solution from the top of my head. But there might be something different. Yeah, we can discuss that.
Yeah, I didn't look closely into it, but I just think this would be cool. That's why I'm raising it. The other thing is, so Sonar Cube. So a colleague added it. He saw that for open source project it's free, and this thing looks at like code smell, also duplication and some other stuff, but it also looks at a coverage. So maybe it's a contender to switch it to Kordtomeikel. And yeah, what do you think about the tool? It's already commenting on our pull requests. Not sure if it's
I think we can just release code, remove code coverage or code cov. Yeah, because like this list of integrations and tests and actions that are triggered when PR kind of gets out of hand. Like there's so many integrations, but yeah, getting rid of code cov would be great. And then we have less red pipelines, I hope. And yeah, yesterday I opened a pull request and I first saw some cube, and it looks really good. And yeah, let's use it.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I think the coverage part of it, it's not configured yet, so it's not reporting there. We need to make it report and see if we can like set thresholds, so we can like make it tolerate a bit of decreasing coverage, like a reasonable amount. Maybe, I don't know, because code cov it's still not tolerating like 0.1 coverage decreasing. And sometimes it doesn't make sense. Like if you're creating a pull request with one test, sometimes it says that it's decreasing. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'll check with Serda. Serda added this tool. I'll check with him if he can also investigate about coverage. And then remove code cov. Cool. The other one is this proposal that someone created about having a new CRD and doing the other way around. So we have a secret on the cluster, and we create an external secret on our provider. I have a lot of legacy projects that would benefit from that, but be honest. What do you think?
Yeah. So I think, yeah, generally the use case definitely is there, I think. And I think there also are solutions out there that you can already use, which basically do exactly that thing. Like one example would be Crossplane. Crossplane supports that out of the box, if I remember correctly, and also supports this secret or key generation aspect. So we can generate a password or something like that and push it into AWS Secrets Manager, for instance.
But with Crossplane too, you have that like for existing secret on the cluster that will become a external secret. On the infrastructure,
think so. I think so. I think you can
That's
just
for generation. I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I haven't used it yet. Anyways, I think we in the initial what was it called, CRD spec. I think this is one section of this specification of use cases that we've covered, and yeah, I think like there certainly is a use case for that. I have some concerns regarding complexity of the controller, and I kind of lean towards having like a separate controller, maybe even under the same organization, which implements that particular use case. Maybe so we can manage them in a different project, maybe. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that one.
So another operator.
I kind of lean towards that direction, but I'm not like super strong on that.
Yeah, but we can raise on the issue just to see what the person that raised the proposal, what the person thinks. I think it makes sense. Yeah. Cool. And yeah, the other one is the secret generation, because like the person says, it's very similar, but it's different, right? It's like you don't have anything and you generate, and then you have on the external provider, and then it will become a secret anyways. Yeah.
Yeah,
this one I'm a bit more this one. I don't know
sorry,
why.
Can I come again, please? You cut out on my end.
For some reason, I'm a bit more okay with this one. Beyond
okay, so to generate a secret. But then the idea is to store it in the cluster, to just generate it and not push it somewhere.
Yeah, I need to read the issue again, but I think it's like you create an external secret that has something that will say that this will be generated. A random thing will be generated on external provider, and then because you have a controller, an external secret on your cluster, it will be synced to a Kubernetes secret. I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think it really goes hand in hand with this. Let's store it on a cloud provider theme. I think it makes sense because then because I think you probably should store it in the secrets manager, which then is your central place to store a secret, and then you need generate it in the cluster by the control and then push it to this to a provider. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess we should implement it.
Do you also lean on the other operator, the possible other operator for this one, or not?
That's kind of tough.
Yeah,
that's kind of tough. Yeah, I think the problem that I have, or the concern that I have, is that we right now we only have the read path. Like we just read from a secret store and that's it. And now if we want to manage the write path also, this kind of is problematic.
Yeah.
And I think it would be great to separate both paths. Yeah, just for the sake of organization and access control, and just to make it explicit, like what this tool actually does, to make it really like to keep it simple, what it
Yeah.
does, and yeah.
I think it makes sense. Yeah. And having like read and write, we can also get into situations like really strange bugs that we'll have to fix later. Like because like some loops, right? Some things that you're reading, but you're generated then depends on the way that you
I see.
declared your resources. And then we have to make sure that we document everything and we point people to the right way to do this. Yeah, it can get complicated. Yeah. I'm also leaning on another controller operator.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it would be great to have it in the same binary, in the same project, or in the same controller. Just because it's easy and we have everything set up and prepared, and we can just make a new directory and stuff the controller in there. I think that would be great, but I feel like, yeah, we should separate these two paths, the read and the write path. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm kind of. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, but Kubernetes, like they have it's the same code base that generates a lot of binaries, right? We can
True.
also go that route. Like
Yeah,
we can use we can reuse code. We can like import stuff and use the same pattern, code in the same repository. But then okay, you have to build this and this, and you have two Helm installs that are different for you to have this running with the other functionality.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, we can feed this discussion back to the issue. I think it makes sense, right?
Yeah, we probably should take the time to evaluate whether it makes sense or not to split it out. Yeah, I'm really unsure right now, and I think we should scribble it out to see like what it means if we break it out, and if not, and what parts of the code base we would need to rewrite or copy over to a new project. And yeah, and the whole organization stuff outside of it, like having a new project means you have a new set of issues and new pull requests, new discussions and stuff like that, and this would also mean a lot of overhead. So I think we just need some sort of evaluation matrix or so to see what would make sense to how to go forward with that.
Yeah,
I can take a look at it, and yeah.
Okay, I'll add this one as a. We call this artifact. Okay. So the next one, Alec asked to add this one. I didn't have time to actually look close into this. he has a pull request open for this. The deleted secret isn't recreated until refresh. First, he considered like to patch, and now he has some other concerns, but I didn't look deeply into it. Do you have anything here?
Yeah, I had a quick call with him last week, I think Friday or so, Thursday, I'm not sure. Yeah, and he asked a lot of really good and important questions regarding the life cycle of secrets, and there are some edge cases where it where the generated secret doesn't really match the expectation of a user. One of that edge cases was when was it? Oh yeah, if the secret is deleted, then the controller waits until the refresh interval is over and then recreates the secret. But what it actually should do is to recreate the secret immediately when it is deleted, because we already get that information or a reconcile event, but we just throw it away, which is which is a bug, I think. Yeah, and this I think it's pretty much that issue that he referenced there. Yeah, and we discussed like how we could implement it, can fix that issue, and I think it was it's documented in a different issue, if I'm not mistaken. I need to figure out which one it is.
I think it's not meeting notes 344.
Yeah, I think there was a different one.
Really? He started sending comments on the, and he copied them to this issue.
Yeah, and there was also a different one, 353, which is closed already. I just want to add it here.
Okay.
Just for reference, and yeah, we discussed like what options we have, and and we came to the conclusion that it probably makes sense to to fix that issue, that it's reconciled immediately, and he commented on that issue and that his thoughts on that, and I think it is the the idea is to recreate the secret immediately, and to do that we need to change the custom resource definition, and we need to store a hash of the data that is stored in the secret, and then we compare the hashes, and we see that it differs from the state from the provider. Then we recreate and or do a full reconcile circle. And I think like one question that he had is how the process of creating or adding new fields to CRD is. He wrote like, how precious are we in adding things to the CRD? Yeah, I think it shouldn't be like a big of a problem to add a thing to the status field, because it's a sub resource, and it's there exactly for that use case. I think we shouldn't store the secret values in plain text there, like not even base64 encoded. I think it should be a hash, just for security reasons, that we don't accidentally, leak the secrets or like expose it somehow through the API.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, if you want to change the specs also, now it's the time. We're still on alpha, right?
Yeah, sure, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense, yeah. Okay. But do we have any action item here? Maybe because he already knows that, I think.
I comment on. I'm going to comment on that issue about the adding new fields to the CRD.
Okay.
Yeah, and also he's working on it, and I think it's pretty clear. I think how we going to proceed with that. I'm just gonna add a comment. So my proposal or my idea would be to add a new field to the status sub-resource. The status field should contain hash of the data of the secret, and then in the controller we compare it and do a full reconciliation if it doesn't match.
Yeah. Cool. Makes sense. Nice. The other one is about end-to-end test infra.
Yeah, that was for me. Yeah, so I talked to my colleague, and he said that we can have testing infrastructure for this for our open source project, and by that he means like have accounts by cloud providers like AWS, Azure, or whatever. And also we have a OpenStack private cloud deployment where we can host stuff that we want to host there. Like one option would be to have dedicated GitHub runners or that run GitHub actions, which would probably speed up the CI pipelines, which would be nice to have.
Cool.
Another thing would be to host Jitsi there if we want to, if we need to, or if we need to somehow store data there, we can do that. We can do that too. Yeah, so the idea is to create an AWS account and do some end-to-end tests with the real AWS data. I think that's the only thing that is missing right now. And I had one question there regarding the other cloud provider accounts. I think so. You set those up as far as I know, and you also invited me for the Azure account and the Google
And also the Google
account,
one.
I think. Yeah. Are these by container solutions, or are these like your private ones, or how
Container
are they?
solutions.
Okay.
For container solutions.
Because I was just wondering how we going to proceed with that. Like, I kind of feel like it makes things complicated if we kind of share these to have Azure and Google on like hosted or provided by container solutions, and the AWS account provided by Innovex, which would be like weird, I guess. I don't know, like we could do that, but that makes things like way more complicated than they need to be. Like, do you have a way to provide an AWS account through container solutions?
I think we have. We didn't just because we are using localsec, but I think we have also. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Do we have a preference? Like, I think it makes sense now to add Innovac logo on the repository if we are getting all this infrastructure. And I think CS wants to like donate stuff because they want visibility, right? But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it like based on the organization, it doesn't make much sense to use the AWS account provided by Innovex. It just makes it more complicated, in my opinion. And yeah, regarding GitHub Runner or like other hosting stuff, we like if we need it, we can do that. But yeah, I don't think we really need it right now. But maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, and more generally regarding the setup, did you use, I don't know, like Terraform to set up the Azure account and the service accounts and stuff like that, or did you just click it by hand and
Manually.
export it?
For
Okay.
now, manually,
Yeah.
but we can make that better. No, but I didn't have to create a lot of stuff. Yeah, just service accounts and like the service principal on AWS and this kind of stuff. AWS, no, on Azure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like having using Terraform, that like is a lot of overhead. But my thoughts on extending the end-to-end tests was to have an actual EKS cluster, an actual AKS cluster.
Yeah.
But these will be rather costly if we run them continuously, which would be like, I don't know, $200 bucks per month, if I'm not mistaken. Like something around that, plus the expenses for running compute instances. So it would be probably like $1.5K per year or so.
Yeah, I can bring that to CS, and then I think we can make the decision to use Innovex infrastructure or CS. Maybe they will have a problem with the cost, and then we can decide.
Yeah, then we can split if we we can just split the costs for both companies, so it will be like a lot of costs in just one company.
Yeah, makes sense. And yeah, we are going to need the same thing for P, right? To test the workload identity. We need to be running on a GKE cluster, so it will be basically the same thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But I think for GKE we can make it cheaper because we don't have the. Oh, now we have to pay for cluster for the control plane. I don't remember. I think you don't pay for the first cluster if it's Sono, something like that. But yeah, I'll check. It will be $200 for the AKS cluster, maybe something less than that for the GKE. And then I'll check with Container Solutions what we should do, on what they are willing to do, and then we can decide on where to host this. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Because then I think we certainly need some sort of architecture or like plan for the infrastructure, like who manages what and who has access to what infrastructure. And yeah, like at least like creating VPCs and subnets and the cluster itself and spot instances and the roles attached to them and that. And then we probably need some IAC for that.
Yeah, or Terraform, or maybe Terraform. I was thinking Crossplane, but the first cluster anyway. And
Yeah,
then I think it makes sense here. Yeah. Okay, so as companies, what they're willing to host, and then decide. Okay. Anything else?
I mean, I've got a very small update about Oracle, but it's not a big deal. Like it is done,
Cool,
which is good. But I'm just doing the docs for it, and then I'll write the end-to-end test. But you said, like, it's difficult because we haven't got like a Container Solutions like account. So I'll write them so they're there, and then do the pull request, and that should be all good, I think.
Cool.
So that should be done by tomorrow, hopefully.
Nice. Thanks.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Oh, and you might want to also add that Elsa, because I think Elsa's pull request has now been done as well. So
Yeah,
I think that's on the notes either.
Yeah, it's merged, but I think I'll write the documentation for it later.
Okay.
Yesterday was Elsa's last day of internship at CS. But yeah, she managed to finish the provider and end-to-end test. I think it was working, and unit test also, but documentation time to finish, and I'll take over.
But yeah, that's all for me.
Cool, thanks. That's cool. Then I think that's it. Thanks for joining, And I see you on the next one. Take care.
Thank you. See you.